Anton Scoro, BJPin.com. Phil, Mr. Wonderful Davis. That's right, guys. One of the top 205ers in the world standing here with me at Alliance. Man, you got a big fight coming up. Obviously, Vinny called you out, wanted to step in the cage with you. Talk to me a little bit about this matchup.
You know, he's a jiu-jitsu expert, and you know, I've been doing a lot of training, getting ready for this fight, and should be a real good one.
All right, Phil. So that being said, you've handled this really well. I think you've taken the high road when it comes to this matchup. I think Vinny's definitely trying to get underneath your skin leading into this fight. How do you deal with an opponent like that? Because up to this point in your career, there hasn't been a lot of that.
No, you know, it's humorous at best. You know, you got these guys that, you know, want to make it more than what it is. At the end of the day, it's not going to be fun and games. You know, it's going to be the same thing would have been anyway. You know, it's going to be a fight. So you can, you know, all you're doing by talking is adding more pressure to yourself. So, you know, he's the guy who's never been under the lights. He's the guy who's never been on a big stage with a good fighter. So we'll see how he deals with that pressure.
So for you, it doesn't really make a bit of difference. I mean, you don't buy into it, you don't fall into it. You just come to camp, do your training camp, do your practice the way that you should, and know that, you know, come fight night, it's just another fight for you.
Just another fight. You know, I come to the gym, I work hard, and you know, I don't fall into that. You know.
So Phil, I'm going to ask this. Vinny did a lot of talking to get this fight. You know, he called you out. It was repetitive. The fight finally happened. Do you think with Vinny not calling you out as much as he did that this fight would have still happened?
I don't know. I'm not the matchmaker. Joe Silva's brilliant. He runs the best organization there is, and you know, I let him do his job. He tells me who to fight. I say, cool, I'll fight him. You know. That's as simple as it gets, you know. I don't do all that. My job is to fight. I do that.
All right, man. So you're still in the top 10, definitely still ranked, not too far away from a title shot, I would believe, with a few more wins here in 2013. Talk to me about the level of competition that you've raised up to, because I remember watching you come out when you first came out, man, and now, you know, I'm seeing you fight guys like Rashad Evans, you know. I mean, the list just goes on and on. For you, how surreal is this? Because you've been on the big stage before, especially in the collegiate wrestling divisions. So for you, how surreal is it to be where you are inside the UFC?
Oh, it's cool, man. Not very long ago, I was sitting at home, you know, watching tapes of, you know, Garrett Brothers and Pride, and, you know, just I had the best of Pride. I still have the DVD in my little CD case, you know. So it's crazy, man. It comes so far so soon, and I'm just really excited and thankful.
Realistic goals for Phil Davis. 2013, 2 more fights after this, or are you looking one more fight?
Goals for
this year, for 2013.
Oh, I like to stay more active when I can. Whenever I'm healthy, I like to stay more active. So, you know, maybe 2 more. That's cool with me. Maybe a 3rd, you know, maybe 4 fights this year. We'll see what happens.
Dang, he said 4 fights this year. Pushing for the title shot in 2014 if you continue to win?
You know, that's another thing. I just win fights. You know, that's my job. Let the matchmakers make matches. When you win, it's hard to deny a guy, you know, the next step up. So all I do is concentrate on winning and looking good doing it. So.
All right, man. Phil, before I let you go, 205-pound weight class has a very big matchup coming up between Jon Jones, Chael Sonnen. A lot of guys said Chael Sonnen isn't even ranked in the 205-pound weight class, doesn't deserve the title shot. Can I get your thoughts on this fight? Because Chael's a wrestler. Jon Jones is, you know, a guy that they're saying is the best 205er in the history of the sport. Thoughts on this matchup?
It'd be silly not to say Chael's going to put forth a really good fight. You know, after seeing what he can do with Anderson Silva, I know he's going to give Jon Jones a run for his money. As far as where I stand on who's going to get the W, you know, it's kind of one of those things where you're rooting for one guy, but you feel the other guy's going to win. So, well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, man. Any sponsors or anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you
go? Definitely. Affliction, Lugs, Shoes, BSN Nutrition, I'm forgetting somebody. Praetorian, thank you. That's everybody.
All right, guys. Anton Skoro, BJPin.com, Phil Davis.